Hey everybody, Coach Paige with Life's Purpose Healing, back for another episode on the channel. Today we're going to be talking about self-love. I'm actually reporting from the Nature Preserve. I frequent here. I visit here several times a week. It could be morning, noon, evening. I don't have a specific time that I come out here, and that's what I love about it. It's pretty open. I can come out here anytime I want, but I'm just give you a little back shot. If you live in a city, finding your local trails or nature preserves would be very beneficial to you. Your spirituality, finding a place to ground yourself, get some fresh air, take some deep breaths, and not hear much noise. But anyway, getting on to our topic today, which is self-love. The reason why this one is so important, many people don't realize that they don't love themselves. Let me say this again. Many people don't realize that they don't love themselves. A lot of people think that because they take care, they eat, they sleep, they go to work, they're self-care, they're taking care of themselves, and they're not. Self-care true self-love and self-care is not rooted in your ego. So if your self-love is rooted in your ego, it's still all wrong. That does not mean you love yourself. A lot of people who have self-love that is rooted and grounded in the ego are the ones who are most toxic and damaging, because they believe that their decisions and the choices they make pertaining to their body are their own and they don't owe anybody any explanation. But self-love is taking care of your body in a way that you're not adding a whole lot of toxic things. The environment in the world that we live in, is almost impossible to avoid everything that's toxic. So the key is to cut down on as many toxic things as you possibly can. So if you're adding to the toxicity by, say, doing a lot of drugs, doing drugs and doing excessive amounts of drugs, drinking excessive amounts of drinking, lying, allowing people to run over you, lying to yourself, those are all signs that you don't love yourself. And it's okay. It's not the end of the world if you don't. Most people, think it is. It's not. You can fix it. You just have to be diligent and work on loving yourself the right way. And how can you work on loving yourself the right way? By becoming aware of the choices that you make, taking responsibility for the choices that you make. You don't damage your body over and over and say that you love yourself. Society has everybody so wrapped up on hair, makeup, wigs, plastic surgery. If you're thinking about plastic surgery, that's a true sign that you don't love yourself. If you think you gotta have a $600 wig to be beautiful, you don't love yourself. And again, you can start by taking responsibility for the choices that you make that pertain to self. And for most of the video, I've talked about the selfish side of it. Let's talk about other people, the other extreme side. You're too nice. You let people run over you. You let them take your kindness for weakness, your time for granted, and you just keep letting it happen. Keep letting it happen. That means you don't love yourself. Aside from whatever beliefs that you have religiously or otherwise, loving yourself does not mean that you keep putting yourself back in a position to be hurt, to be mistreated. To be done wrong again. And we're taught to believe that self-love is outside of us, loving this exterior, putting on a mask, a good face for everybody. But at the end of the day, you're miserable on the inside. Many people, again, once they come on the spiritual journey, that's when they realize that they don't love themselves as they thought they did. Taking better care of your body, making better decisions pertaining to yourself and others, being mindful, putting your needs first. Society teaches us to have it backwards. Put everybody else first, and then if you got something left for yourself, then you give it. But most people burn out, they get depressed, and they wonder why. It's because you're supposed to love yourself first. But know that your self-love cannot be rooted in ego. And you shall have balance. Many people mistake confidence for ego. Like, a lot of people in the spiritual community are very confident. It's not because they're egotistical. It's because that confidence is rooted in self-love. They went on that discovery, in that journey, that road, the road less traveled, that many people are afraid to take because they're afraid of who they really are. Most people need TV, phones, music, some kind of noise when they're not working 24/7. The average person spends no time with self. And that's usually because there is no self-love. If you don't spend any time with yourself, no quiet, nobody talking, no TV, no noise, no nothing, you don't love yourself. At the end of the day, other people are only going to love you as much and as good as you love yourself. A lot of people don't want to believe that. But if you look back over your life and look at all the experiences during times, if there was ever a time that you actually loved yourself, you will see and know that other people loved you just the same, if not more. Discover self so you can start to love who you are, not who you were told to be, who you thought you were. Self, who you are at the core, the person that you were born in this world to be. All this month, I will be talking about self-love. This is just an introductory video, but throughout the month of March, we'll be talking about self-love. I just know it's so important because a lot of people don't understand it, and they don't understand how it's so detrimental to their relationships and everything that they encounter in life, whether it be jobs, romantic, their kids. Every decision stems from self-love. And a lot of people have been broken at some point in their life, whether it was in childhood, teenager, first relationship, husband. Somebody may have broken your spirit and you no longer love yourself. And you're trying to find your way back to yourself. Journey to self-love. So keep watching, and throughout March we will be talking about different ways that you can enhance that self-love, discover self for self. I'll even be talking about giving some activities and assignments on some of the videos if you would like to participate. If this was helpful, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you for tuning in. This was Coach Paige. I will see you guys again soon.